welcome to No Room for Phonies.
Episode 131.
So today we are going to share our own personal top 10 time savers and time wasters.
We're starting with the positives.
Time savers, yes.
Okay.
And I just did this little thing about why we focus on time management. So higher productivity, reducing stress,
Improving focus,
better work-life balance,
achieving goals.
and less procrastination.
Sounds good.
So,
all right.
okay, so
you
my
have your
top 10
tops in there, and mine
I'm
are
just
here
gonna
on my
move this
phone.
up so that I can see all 10 of mine at the same time, if I can do it. There. Okay, so my first one, my time saver, is making a list and using a day planner to set daily goals.
Are we
you
going
have
in any
that one?
particular order?
No.
No. Okay.
Did you have that one?
I just had the word pre-planning.
I might have that later.
I didn't
on.
really think pre-planning was only lists, though.
No,
so
it isn't.
It's kind of using calendars and lists and.
Okay, and then routines and.
Oh, I get to give one.
Sorry, you got to give one. Sorry. You said pre-planning.
Oh, well, okay, then that's mine.
Okay, I don't think I put pre-planning because I figure that was probably
Maybe
the
that's
way.
your list. And day planner. Yeah, that's the same
day
thing.
planner. Okay.
Okay.
Routines and habits save time. So things like cleaning the house and exercising and all those things. So if you have routines and habits, that is actually a time saver.
Okay. Something similar along the same line. I just have, okay, as far as what do you have in the house? Cleaning house, exercising. Okay. I have working together on meals and shopping. For example, at the grocery store, tearing the shopping list in half and you going to one part of the store and me going to the other.
So I had create a grocery list and put things in categories like dairy, meat, vegetables, fruits, etc. So that's
I like
similar.
it instead of in categories where it is in the store. If we go to the same store,
Yeah. Well, we
some
don't.
stores are a little
We
off.
don't always go to the same
No.
store.
So categories
you have
is
to get
good.
yourself more on the screen. You're kind of off the screen, or I'll get more over. Okay, there. That's better. Okay, so then I have set boundaries and say no. Use the love-hate matrix when choosing activities and find things that get you into the flow.
That's 3 things.
Well, not really. The
You have 12 time tops.
The love-hate matrix is, do I really want to love? Like, do I really want
Love
to do
this,
this or do I hate it?
But sometimes
You have to do
the
things,
hates.
but I'm just saying, like,
Yes,
there are
I
times when you can choose,
But-
right?
Definitely, if you have the boundaries in place and you say no, you waste the time of dilly-dallying, thinking about whether or not you're going to do it and going back and forth. and
Yes.
all of that. Okay, mine is going to be kind of email. It's about email. So in your email, set up topic folders on the under the inbox and even subtopic folders. And as soon as you're done answering or reading, you just file the email away. It's easier to come back and find them. That saves time later on.
Okay. And then my next one is to set priorities with the Eisenhower matrix. That's the one where it's urgent, but important, like urgent, not important. So actually to use that rather than like just kind of dilly-dally and not really think about what your priorities are.
Right. So for me, I like my phone camera, especially like when it comes to sending you grocery lists or if there's something important I want to remember rather than writing it all out, I'll just take a picture and then file it under
Right.
those kinds of things.
And then one thing to do to save time is to actually master your sleep and your morning, because then you don't waste time just being exhausted and tired and dilly-dallying around in the morning. So I'm really working on that. So
The other thing I like is texting grocery lists. That saves a lot of time.
Well, I like writing them out. So you can text them all you want. I don't mind it when they're texted
No,
to
I
me.
know.
But number 6 for me was to take breaks and have fun, block time, and complete tasks in batches.
Match. I have
that a match?
grouping errands by destination.
Oh, that's my number.
So I thought, well, similar, matching things or grouping things together.
Yeah.
So for me, it's by mapping the city in my mind when we're going to drive around and do 5 or 6 errands and planning it out according to the layout of the city.
Yeah, I had that one too. And then the other one I had is decluttering regularly.
Is that putting things away as you go? No, you have decluttering down there.
Yeah. So it's kind of sort of the same.
No, it's different. Decluttering is a bigger thing.
Like decluttering all the time so that all of a sudden I don't have to go through the house and do all that decluttering. I just do it as I go. And then go ahead.
I have getting things ready in place for the next action. So shoes beside the stationary bike, clothing laid out to get dressed in the morning.
Well, and I always, because usually I go to Grimsby Monday morning early.
So you're making
I have
overnight oats.
And I pack my bag that I want to take ahead of time the day before. I might have a book to shove in it, but generally it's packed.
It's packed.
And then my other one is to put things away as you go and clean up as you go, particularly in the kitchen.
Yes.
I really hate like going in and having
then having a huge cleanup.
Yeah, and I don't enjoy going in the kitchen and finding things in the sink when the dishwasher is not. Like, I just don't. That drives me crazy.
Well, those things are just having a little vacation before they get before they have to be shut away in the dark.
That's not nice. It's just why would you just walk the other 2 steps and put them in the dishwasher?
Absolutely.
Thank you.
I have automated bill payments. I know you do our bookkeeping and banking, but we do have set up some automatic things, and that saves that much more time.
Yes, I don't have automated electrical or those kinds of bills because I don't like them.
The ones that vary in amount?
Yes, I don't like that. And I don't have equal billing for things because I don't like that big bill at the end.
Right.
So I'd rather just pay as I go.
Okay, is that all 10?
No, I have figure out your high energy times and do tough tasks then, or tasks that require extra focus and concentration.
I like that one. That one's excellent. Oh, I have one more. Setting up reminders and alarms to go off and notifications so that.
Yeah. Well, I just.
Because for me, keeping everything in my head now is a waste of time because I forget a couple things and then I get behind and then I have to go back.
And my thing is like, I wouldn't go up now tonight to do quilting because I'm tired. I've been with I've had a busy day.
So there could be more mistakes, you're saying?
Yes. So that's why I don't. It's not a high energy time for me after I've had a full day.
Right.
Okay. So these are our time wasters. Number 1 for me is technology, scrolling and social media and
that's
binging.
mine too.
Was it number 1?
Scrolling. Yep.
Okay. My second time waster is perfectionism, especially when you're creating. And for me, like when I'm quilting, I have learned ways to cut carefully and match corners, but handmade is not perfect. Right. So if I was going to focus on it being like absolutely perfect, I'd be ripping seams out all the time and all that stuff. And so once it's quilted and whatever, you don't notice it.
Right. Same with knitting and crochet. Sometimes I just, added an extra stitch there. Okay. In a few more rows, I'll take away a stitch and nobody will know the difference.
Was that yours too? Did you have perfectionism?
Nope, I did. I'm riffing off of yours. My second one was posting things on social media and waiting for likes or comments.
Yeah.
It's a little bit different to me than scrolling.
No, it isn't.
You just go back and check. Did they like it? Oh, did they comment? Or did somebody pay attention to it?
I know.
So it's a little different to me than scrolling.
So another time waster for me, and it's kind of bounces off what I said before, but clutter and disorganization. When things don't have their place and you're constantly looking for your keys, your purse, your this, your that. So having things organized is really a time saver to me.
Right. My next one was video games. Because for me, I don't play very many video games. I have one or two that I like. But sometimes I save it for when I don't have that focus and can't do anything. And then it's just half an hour.
Yeah.
But if I have done it during a high focus time, then I really am wasting time because I'm wasting good quality time.
Right. I don't play video games.
Well, you sometimes used to play Crush. And
I know I got rid of all of them off my phone.
yeah, I don't play them on my phone.
So lack of self-reflection and planning to me is a time waster because then you're not moving forward.
Mm-hmm.
You're just stuck. And
interesting. I don't have the exact same thing, but I have worrying and ruminating is basically just spinning in your head and not moving forward.
Yeah. So the same kind of an idea. Number 5 for me was getting upset about things you can't control. So I think that's similar to your worrying and ruminating.
Yeah.
Right? Just thinking things through and there's nothing you can do about something.
Mm-hmm.
So
well, I have one that's kind of about perfectionism, but I was specifically thinking of fretting over appearance, like how many times to brush my mustache or how many times to comb my hair.
I don't fret over appearance. So I like when I go out, I like to look nice, but I mean,
there are people that arrive places late because they have to do that much more makeup or that many more pressing their shirts or whatever.
No, being with people is more important to me.
Yeah.
Number 6 is multitasking. So I'm trying my best to avoid getting myself overloaded. So when I don't get a bunch of stuff done on my list, I just shove it forward, and I do a lot of backwards time tabling, like timelines. So I usually am fine, and I work in space when I don't. But that whole idea of multitasking is
So I have one that kind of contradicts what you said before.
Okay.
I have last minute nesting at home. So this is like when we need to go and it's like, oh no, declutter this. Oh no, put this away. Oh no, let's hang up that coat now and put all the boots in the closet. Wrong time.
All right.
So I
understand.
Anyway, but that's just a little thing.
My number 7 was procrastination. So just find the hardest thing that you have to do today and get going. And I just finished the Mel Robbins book, The Let Them, and she has this 5, 4, 3, 2, 1
which is her first book.
It's her first book, but still
yeah.
Same idea. Like if you're feeling stuck, just literally count backwards, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and then get up and do something.
Mm-hmm.
So
I like that a lot. Another time waster, which is kind of out of control sometimes, is waiting in line. So
yes,
if there's something that I can do other than wait in line, then I might
sometimes
multitask.
That's a good time to scroll or look at your emails or do some of that. I often pull my phone out when I'm standing in line.
Right. And sometimes for me, waiting on a website for customer service is like, get out of there and come back later.
Yes. My number 8 was not taking a break when something is not going well. And it's because sometimes your brain just needs a rest and you should walk away for a break, drink water, get fresh air, or do something easier and then try again.
Yeah. And then you'll get more done in the period of time.
Yes. Because if you're just stonewalling or if things aren't going for you, you just need a break.
My number 9 is checking on progress of package delivery.
That is a time waster. My number 9 is not reading the entire recipe through before you start baking or cooking.
I'm glad I didn't have to say it.
Because then all of a sudden you're like, shoot, that isn't like, that's not going to work.
I have to start over.
Or I'd have to pray that it works.
Create a new recipe.
So that was my number 9.
Okay. And my number 10 was staying in conversations that aren't going anywhere.
Yes. And you often like nod and smile and it keeps the conversation going. And I'm like, why don't you just like stop talking to that person? Because it's just they're pontificating and it's just
Some of it is my Latin American, you have to maintain relationships
Yeah.
over top of time saving. Although
Or
the time I was at Shoppers Drug Mart and the clerk was talking about her sister who worked at the college and it went on like 15, 20 minutes and you were like texting me, are you okay?
I know. Well, and sometimes when we were like at I just particularly this one friend, and you would be so encouraging and she would be talking on and on about like just, and I would be like, just say you know that already. And so that, because it was kind of like, oh, I didn't know that. And wow, how smart are you?
How to Make Friends. And what's that book?
That's not honest.
I was making friends.
No, not really.
Or keeping friends.
And then my number 10 is worrying about what other people think and worrying about how we can solve someone else's problem and help them with their emotions. And that
staying
is
in
really,
conversations too long.
but that is really the Let Them book that I really would encourage everyone to read, because it's kind of like adults are responsible for their own emotions. You can't change somebody else's anything. They have to change for themselves. And you can't worry about what other people think. You just have to let them think what they're going to think. And so that was my number 10, because you can waste a lot of time.
Absolutely.
Doing that. So did you have another one?
I did 10.
Okay.
Somehow I got to be first.
So those weren't bad. They were kind of the same, but
only a couple overlapped.
Only a couple.
But
that was shocking. We didn't talk about it before, even though I wanted to.
Nope.
So there you go. So
didn't want to waste time with that conversation because we were going to have it with you.
That's true.
On the podcast.
So March 15th, the theme for March is movement. And the book worth reading that we're going to talk about first is Built to Move, the 10 Essential Habits to Help You Move Freely and Live Fully by Kelly and Juliet Starrett. And interestingly enough, I'm reading this book right now by this doctor who's 103.
And she moves.
And she talks about movement as well. Anyway, we're going to talk about movement in March. So thank you for joining us. Hopefully some of our time savers and time wasters match with yours. And if you think we've missed something very important.
And hopefully listening to the podcast is not a waste of time for you.
And if you think of something that we totally missed, let us know. And thanks for joining us on No Room for Phonies, episode 131, Time Savers and Time Wasters.
Good night.